Alright guys, look, here I got my Alienware R17, which is brand new in the box, which now I just formatted. So pretty much I just want to replace the whole thermal compound. I got this thermal Grizzly, which is supposed to be one of the best. So what you get in a package: warning, I don't know what language is that. What do you get? There you go. Do not use with the aluminum heatsink. Alright. And a bit of instructions. If you want to read it, go ahead. And you do get a little bit of what are these? Rubbing alcohol pad, 2 of them. I'd rather use my own, which is, I think it's better than this one. I think. So you get 2 cotton tips. I think I'm gonna be using one, but not right now. And there you go. It's about what, 1 gram, 5 grams is 5 gram. Conductonaut. And you do get head for it. Alright, let's put this together right there. Also, you will need a scotch tape, which is, I really don't, just for in case you spill over your CPU. You can go buy one of these in Home Depot, or just get it in Amazon. And pretty much what you want to do, you want to open all the screws and remove all except the middle one. Well, this one won't come out. What I do have, it's an automatic screwdriver. Has a torque built in. So we're gonna remove one. Let's place them right there. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one won't go. Just loosen it, and that's it. Now to remove it, you pop open from the back side, not from the sides. So you just get this kind of curve. I already opened this and I tried to placing 2 SSD SATA hard drives. So you will see a little bit of modification. Let's put this one to one side. There you go. So pretty much I put this SATA cable right here because I don't want to buy a M2 SSD card, which they're damn expensive. So I'm just gonna get an adapter for the M2 to SATA, and here I have double SSD 1 tera. So pretty much I'll show you guys. If I remove the hard drive, you remove the hard drive pin right there, and here the original hard drive is a 1 terabyte hard drive. You will need to remove 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I already removed it, so I could be able to place my SSD hard drive. There you go. This is my modification. I just removed both of my SSD hard drives. This was my old hard drive. I just opened it, and I removed the board, and I just placed it with few silicones, so you just won't hit at each other. You just had to bridge the power cable to the main power cable, which was getting from this port, and the SATA is going to the M2, and you get a low profile that way. If I had to put both hard drives here, it would be really thick to place it here, so I had to do the modification. Anyway, so this will be my hard drive. Let's just take it away. It just kind of storage, so pretty much, because my operating system runs on M2 SATA, which is really fast. So what we're gonna do, you just want to remove the plastic cover on the heatsink, which is back here. So you might want to remove 2 screws that come in the back. 1, 2. Alright, and then you want to see pins. There are 4 or 5 pins here, 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 and here. You might want to lift those. I'll lift them with a pike. Just go like that. Once you lift it a little bit, just a little bit, you might want to pull it out like that. Once you got it loosened, just leave it right there. Go to this side. Just try to stick it underneath, and then try pulling it out too. I think I already closed the other side. Really push it. It's not easy, but you just don't want to break the plastic cover, so you don't want to use 2 of these. Okay, let's go back this way. But yeah, I got this side faster than the other one. Okay, pretty much it just came out from the one side. So try to remove it from this side, which is the memory side, and the CPU side. This is the GPU because there's a memory block, that's why it's bigger. Just remove it. There you go. That's the back cover for the heat pipes. You put it once to a side. Now what you want to do, you want to remove all the ribbon cables and all the... First you want to remove the battery. That's it. Alright, in order to remove the battery, just try to pull it down even from both ends, and that's it. The battery, this is the MK. I think it's the backlight for the keyboard. No, I don't know what is MK for, but just remove it. This one I'm pretty sure is the audio. Just try to remove the audio cable. There you go. Alright, and then remove another MK. I think these are just the lightnings for the side. And KBBL keyboard backlight. This is for your keyboard backlight. That's why it says keyboard BL. And this is keyboard KB. Alright, just loosen the plastic, lift the plastic and just remove it. And then we just remove this one, and you might want to remove this cable which goes to a light on the side. No, I think this the other one. No, it's this one. I want to remove this cable too. Alright. And then remove the other ribbon. Okay. Now you might want to remove your M2 SATA, which I will remove this with my smaller screwdriver. So you just pop it open and pull out. Don't lift it too much, just pull out. Just place every screw with what they goes with, so that way you don't lose them. You don't need to remove the memories, but if you want to, go ahead. In my case, I won't. Now you might want to remove this plastic cover that is pretty much holding the whole thing together. It's just a few hundred screws. They're all the same size, so they just tell you the size and just place it in one place. So let's go in order, 1, 2. You might want to remove this screw too. This screw goes. In order to remove it, I have to remove the top. So let's put this one right there. Okay, we go in order. They are everywhere. Alright, perhaps. I see one over here. Yep, it's part of the plastic. And right here. You don't need to remove this one, I guess. It's just for the M2 SATAs. I never actually opened that, so we both open it at the same time. I don't know if you guys doing the same thing right now. So pretty much you might want to remove the wireless card right here, which is one screw. Removing the screw, press the screw to one side. You might want to remove the plastic cover. Just wiggle it until it just comes off. Just don't force it. There you go. There's a plastic cover right there. You actually don't need that plastic cover, but because now to remove the cables, just make sure the coloring. Pretty much it says white, white, black, black. Just pull your screwdriver underneath. Just pop it towards up. 1, another 1, 2. There you go. Now, just like the M2, just pull it to one side, and that's it. There you go. Now, pretty much, let's see if we have any hidden screws right here. No. Okay. You might want to loosen these screws in the side because I see them attached to the cabling. This is for the lightning cable. To the one side, let's just remove it in case. You don't have to remove the whole thing, I'll leave it there. This one too, they don't come out. Let's see if we can separate them. Yeah, we should be able to separate them. There's a pin because we gotta remove the whole plastic and it comes up with the plastic this whole side. So remove this side and remove the other side. Now let's try to remove the plastic. See how this goes. No, actually you didn't have to remove because the whole thing comes off with it. So let's just plug it back in case we forget to plug it in once we put the whole thing together. It's no, don't remove that. Just remove the screws. Let's see. We need to remove this plastic cover from the side. There you go. Just snaps off. Put your fingers underneath. Just slowly go around it. There you go. Hold the top part and just pull the bottom part up. There we go. Just slowly make sure there's no other cable. I see the Wi-Fi cables. So there we go. That's the bottom part. Which we have few sensors here. I think these are the, I don't know what kind of sensors are these. But, these are the Wi-Fi, I think, antennas. No. Oh, this is a lightning. These are for lights. Alright. Let's place this to one side. Also, I just don't like the fact that they put the PHC chip right here with no heat sink. I'm gonna do something about that. You just hide it underneath this plastic. Let's see, you get a clearance. You get about like a 5/10, half a centimeter of clearance right there underneath. So I might want to do something about this. Alright, there we go. Now you want to access the CPU and GPU chip. And we cannot do that without removing this CPU fans and GPU fans. Alright, let's just put it a little bit over here. Alright. If you want to remove the BIOS battery, you can go ahead, but then you need to figure out how to set up your BIOS again. So pretty much, I just don't want to do that. I just remove the tape underneath and just pop the battery from there. Stick it right there if you want. Alright, now let's make sure we remove the keyboard. This is for the mouse, so just pop open, slide slowly, no pressure. You got all this side, and this is the LCD ribbon flex. Just with 2 fingers pull it up, and that's it. No, actually this is the charging cable. It's not the ribbon, it's not the LCD. It is the charging. No, it is not. Oh, it is. It is because I only see. Yes, it is. This is the DC in right there. It says. So pretty much the voltage comes from there. The AC connector, it just runs somewhere over there and just comes all the way to here. The LCD cable. It's a good question. I think it's on the other side. I wonder where they put that. Alright, we need to loosen the fans by removing all the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I think I got this. It's loosened. We need to remove the motherboard. So we already removed that one for the power jack. We need to remove the Thunderbolt, I think it is. There's only one screw here, so we remove that one. Where did I get this screw? Already forgot. But I'll figure it out. Anyway, alright, so we need to remove the motherboard. Wherever you see these triangles, which is kind of arrow pointing to screws, you need to remove them in order to remove the motherboard. Because we cannot take the CPUs out, because as you can see there's a cable running right underneath the fans. They are connected to the motherboard to our end. In order for us to remove the heatsink, we need to disconnect all the fans. So let's remove the motherboard. These are the motherboard cable, and there is one over here, and where else? I don't see anymore. Do you guys? Alright, let's see. Let's place this to one side. Yep, that's it, I guess. I see something holding the whole. Something is holding it. Or maybe not. Who knows? What is it holding? Is it the cable? I see cable right here, but this is not affecting it. There's something holding it from this end. No. Oh yeah, I forgot. There it is. Sneaky bastard. Alright, let's just flip over. We gotta remove all. Ah, there's my power jack. We need to remove. There's the LCD. You want to remove the. Not might want to. You want to remove the LCD. I can't see. In order to remove it, you need to lift the little hinge that it is right there, and then you want to pull it towards inward, not outward. Or you're just gonna rip it off. You wanna remove the power switch. This is the power switch. Alright. And this is the motherboard. It says main board or motherboard, whatever it's trying to say. So I try to lift it evenly. And that's it. I don't want to. You don't need to remove the hinges or anything like that. So just flip it over. Alright, so remember. Alright. Anyway, so we try to remove it slowly again. See if you feel any pressure holding it back. Try to slide these cables underneath to one side. You might want to flip it over in order to remove the side USBs. Again, there's a little hinge you need to pull up and pull towards the other way. There you go. Alright, there's your monitor. The keyboard is right in the other end. If you want to replace your keyboard, you have to remove all the screws. There's your battery, 99 watt for 11.4 volt. Type 9N JM1. Alright, I'm just gonna place this to one side and alright, just give me 1 second, I'll be back. Alright, I had to go, I just came back. Anyways, where was I? You need to discharge yourself always. You might just touch any ground, metal or anything. And alright, there we go. So we got the motherboard out with the whole heat pipe, heat sink, fans. We don't want to remove the battery on the BIOS. We don't want to remove the RAMs. And before we remove the screws on the CPU and GPU, we might want to rotate and remove all. Remove the cables for the fans. Pretty much sticky. Alright. Always try to pull them, don't pull them out with a cable, just try to put your fingers or any clippers underneath to the side and just push them outward. That way you just don't damage the cables. This one I don't. I'll put it. I'm not lefty, but alright. Now we remove these two cables. Now we can remove the whole CPU heatsink. I still wonder where I removed this from. Alright. So we need to open it. Nope. Alright, one. Try to remove them to side. I don't know what's wrong with this screw. But it will come out. Before removing this side, I would just rather remove that side. So. Obviously you can do this with any screwdriver. I just rather use this than twist my wrist. Alright, now we're gonna remove. Yeah, we removed everything. Slowly push it downward, and that's it. Watch out for the cables. This stupid cable is just there. And there we go. You might want to replace the pads on these ones, but I don't, because I did not buy one. So I do have a pad, but I don't think they are good quality. I think they're way better than the ones that I have. So anyway. See this paste that they have? These are stamp paste that are like horrible. You need to remove this one. This is the GPU and the CPU and the MOSFETs and the voltage regulator, which these are the heat sinks for those. If you do any overclocking, you start hitting these ones more. So I'd rather not overclock, because then you will need to remove the pads on the components right over here. These are the memory blocks, 4 gigs going all around, another MOSFETs, and another voltage regulator, I think is down there. Anyway, let's start removing. You can remove those with the alcohol pad that they gave you, but I'd rather use my own cloth here. You can remove them with the alcohol. You just don't want to spray directly on it, but if you do, nothing will happen. You have to wait for it to dry off. Don't use any alcohol, just you need pure alcohol. Start rubbing it slowly, gently. There you go. Remove all go all around it. Remove all this. Don't press too hard. But you can see all the capacitors that are on it. They get really tiny. You can just rip them off. Go very gentle. Once you clean it, flip over. So it goes. There you go. Alright, now let's use the same over the CPU. This is an alright, where's my tweezers? Alright, these tweezers are kind of big. I use my other tweezers to remove. Repaste. Alright, once we remove this, in order to remove between the capacitors, all those, or use a toothpaste. Toothbrush. Wait, toothpaste. Imagine that. Just go side to side to clean between the capacitors. And this one doesn't have anything. Alright. Once you do that, you want to put this to one side and start cleaning the CPU. The CPU, just put a drop in there and drop in there so that it sink in and start rubbing. But I see huge amounts, so I don't know if you guys got on a spatula. One of this. Gently, you can just scrub the whole thing off a bit. Just watch out so you don't want to scratch the copper. Okay. Oops. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Alright, let's dump that one over there. Grab a little bit more. Now soft it. And start rubbing it. There we go. But if you want to do this with the rubbing alcohol that they give you, with these ones, you're gonna need a little bit more than 2, I think, to remove the whole thing. Remove it nicely. Same goes for this one, just rub it in a bit. Soak in. And now, again, you wanna slow it, not too much pressure. Just slowly. You don't need to remove the whole thing, just scrub whatever you can. Then the alcohol will do the job. You can do this without this one, so you can just go start rubbing it for half an hour. I still don't know why they use this kind of shitty thermal paste. There you go. Now we're gonna do our last check. A bit more alcohol. Just clean it nicely. Nicely, when I say nicely, you just don't want anything on it, so let's do it the same one over here. You just want to concentrate in the middle, not the whole thing. Should do. It's pretty clean. Now dry it up with the dry part. Make sure there's nothing on it, and place it to a side. If you don't want to clean the fans, if you have a wall, you can just remove the screws on the fan plate. Remove the plate and just remove the dust that will build inside if you want. It's an option. Alright. Here we got the CPU. I got this kind of artic silver 5, which is really good thermal paste, compound paste. Alright, we want to place the heatsink right here. And now you want to clean it nicely. It has to be really clean. Alright, I don't know if my big head is distorted. Alright, anyway, so try to pull a little bit back before opening the whole cap. Alright, I never used this one before, so just twist it. Fairly okay. If I dump it in there, oh, I forgot. You need to cover the whole thing, the CPU, all those chips, capacitors that you see to the side. You might want to take them off. Let's see, where the hell is my tape point? I don't know, do we actually need to use this one? I don't. Just used old scissors. Alright. Oops. I got a little too short. I'll use this for... Hold on a second. You just don't want to put tape over the components because the heat sink sits on those. Just want to put it close to it. On top of those. Alright, let's put this one over here. It's really sticky, so alright, I don't like this, so I might want to cut it to the sides. You don't want to go over these components right there. Otherwise, will be a really bad overheating. I think those are the heat diodes. I don't know. Alright, sticky again. I think I already touched the glass, so I'll need to clean it up again. Not a great job, but I think it does the job right. So let's do the GPU. Go over this one. Just try to can cover the whole model with this, you can go ahead. I don't suggest, but then you don't have too much heat underneath tape. Trust me, I'd rather not put this one. I just don't want to have any spill. Just use your finger, nails, just your nails to just push in between those capacitors. There we go. And one more side to go. Alright. There we go. Now, let's same thing to do for a PHC chip. What do you call that chip? I always confuse the name. But yeah. I think I want to do something about this chip later on. But it doesn't have any heat sink. That chip controls many stuff. Many things go through this one, so many. Just pretty much. It does a south bridge and north bridge job. So pretty much, before they used to have two of them, south bridge and north bridge, and now it's only one. They start putting those with the i5s, i3 I think. Not too sure, I'll be lying. So, oops. There you go. There we go. One more to go. There we go. Like a whole bunch left. Alright. Alright, let's clean it again. Where it left. I just want to use. You can buy this whole roll in Home Depot. Home Depot, Canadian Tire if you live in Canada. I'm down here in Mexico, so pretty much you can find this everywhere. I think they make it in Mexico. So, alright. I already cleaned it, so I'm just gonna rub it out to remove the grease. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Alright. Now, what I do want to do before I do that, let's just do that. Let's see how this goes. You gotta go very slow, one tiny drop. I hope it doesn't splash. There you go. One right in the middle. One right. I think that one is bigger than this one. Alright. Now, we need those cotton tips. You're gonna start rubbing in. It looks a little bit, but it's a whole bunch. Just rub it nicely, take your time. Just keep rubbing it all the way to the corners. Clockwise, the other way around. Just try to leave the excess in the middle, as the pressure is just going to cover just all around. You need to work. I just got a little splash to the side, but it's okay. On the CPU, I don't think I'm gonna place any on the other side, so I'm just gonna use from here to place it here. I still don't know what I'm gonna put there. I put too much on the CPU. There's not always too much, so I'm gonna place it here. Just go with your guts. Just tap it, tap it, tap it. So you get those kind of nice looking pills. Now once we got this, I'm going to place it to one side. We're going to start doing the same thing for here. I will try to use the same. Alright, let's place one more drop in the middle. You don't need to cover the whole thing, just anything inside this triangle. That's even bigger for that one, so you don't have to cover the whole thing. Just make sure you rub it nicely. Once you get this classy looking finish, and you can be happy. This one. There we go. that's about it. Alright, I'm just gonna cut this. Actually, yeah, fuck it. Just gonna dump it. Anyway, what I was gonna say, I'm gonna use my Arctic Silver 5 to because I just don't have the pads for this one, so better pads, so I'm just gonna place a thermal cream paste on the memory RAMs to just help the pads to get better dissipation. So try to stick this anywhere you can. Just a little bit in the middle, that's fine. Yeah, I put the greasy fingers on top of this. So let's put this to one side. Remove that one, and the pad for this one is already here. Just be gentle when you're removing this. You need to change the pads if you're gonna overclock the RAM. So you're not gonna overclock, just don't. Alright. Yeah, let's just for a heck of it change the. I'm not gonna want this one. Alright. I don't know why I'm gonna put it nicely. Excess here. I just wanted to cut it, just fill the gaps, but yeah, I'm not gonna overclock again, so I'm okay with what I get. I just don't like the thermal paste that they use. Also, you might want to place one tiny thing on top of this one. This paste is not conductive, so you can't go wrong with it. You can splash the whole motherboard if you have the money for it. There we go. Once you do this to this side, you gotta do it to other side of the thermal paste too. There we go. So did I do that one? Yeah, I guess I did. Let's just place CPU. If you want to overclock your CPU, you might want to do it here too. These are the power entrance for the CPU and GPU, so these are this ones. They really get hot if you overclock or stress your CPU. Because of when you do overclock, is not too much heating. It is actually, but it's more stress on the components than what do you call the CPU or GPU. Because you're just pushing the limits for the components, which is not good. Even if you keep it cool, it shouldn't. I think that's it, though. This one too. I'm just gonna put it for the heck of it. Alright, what else? Let me make sure. If this thing goes right over here, I need to go that one, and that's it. I'm done. Alright. Oh, hold on a second. This one, I need to put it right on these two. If you're gonna do something, do it good. Don't do half-assed job. I wanna take your time doing it. Alright, you just wanna replace this to one side. And you want to do the same thing to here. Replace the pads, which was right over here, I think. Yep. And what else? Was there anything there? Yep. Oh my god. This thing's supposed to cover the whole two rams in there. It just covers one and a little bit of the other one, not even a half. So it's just ridiculous. Because the thermal paste is not even going to hit the pipe. So that's just stupid. You're going to remove. Try to remove this part. No. Let's leave it. Yeah, I just fucked it up. But who cares? You know what? I can remove that piece from that one and just put it on top of this one. There you go. Just gonna place. But this one, you can remove them easily. These are the cheapest. Alright, I think it's done. Oh no, the memory runs over here too. here. I think it's done. I need to get some more. Alright. Now we're gonna place the whole thing on. My whole setup. It's getting a mess. Alright. Let's get this one over here. And this one right over here. I'm just gonna put these things under the root here. There we go. The screws, just gonna go manually left. You don't want to go too tight at first. You want to go slow, gentle. Then you're gonna tighten up at the end. So in the beginning, you don't want it. You shouldn't be worried about touching the motherboard, even if you have the battery on. If you grounded yourself or touched a metal, so you can't harm it. I've been doing this for what, about 14, 15 years, so I haven't killed any motherboard by not grounding myself, so maybe this will be my first, who knows. It could be. Alright, once you got all the screws, now you might want to put something underneath. You want to hold it, you want to press over because the height of this ones are a little over in order to close it. And you need to change the torque or the pressure on the screwdriver if you do it manually. Just be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need to screw it really high because just the tensors, they do the job. So the tighter you put, it doesn't mean that you're putting more pressure on it. So now, how about you? I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I'll figure out something. Anyway, let's just put the fans back together. One fan. I think that's as far as it goes. Fan number 2. sure you put the fans back. I seen some people, they just forget it. And they realize that as soon as they start playing, and they don't even know that they had the fans disconnected. Alright, actually they are nicely connected. We're gonna pop this baby back inside. I need to get my alright. In order to put this back in, you gotta do what you did before. Connect what you disconnect. I just don't want to touch the thermal paste I put there. Actually, right over here. I'm gonna disconnect the whole other end. So I'm gonna actually to twist the whole thing. Alright, what was this? What am I doing? There we go. Now you gotta get the antennas. And the power. Let's get the power in, which is right there. And made a pair of tweezers, try to get that one in. And just place it right there. There we go, jiggle it around, make sure it's in the place. We go back here, try and connect. Not try, we have to. So. We should put it inside. There we go. Put that clip over. I really don't like the clip thing. I was gonna actually go there and just remove that thing. So. Before I do anything else, I'm just gonna plug in the DC cables. You see, it's hiding underneath. I'm gonna plug in the audio. I'm gonna plug in the, I think some kind of backlight is this one, so it must be a backlight. Only backlights come to this far. And the battery is going to be at the end, so this kind of keyboard. No, it's enough for that. Don't want to force it too much. You want to be gentle with this ribbons. Button, mouse pad. This one is slides in. And the keyboard. You need to make sure the linings are okay, so they're very nice even linings. I don't like this one. It doesn't do a good connection, so you might want to open it again. I don't want to do this. There you go. Okay, what was here? Oh, that's the hard drive. HDD. I'm gonna pop the battery back in where it was. Where did the tape go? I'll just stick it back here. I don't know. There was a tape there. You can actually use a Kapton tape if you have one, or I don't know if you guys have one. Just you can go get it. It's really useful. I don't know what I did with my Kapton tape. Hold on a second, I found it. You can get yourself a Kapton tape if you want on eBay, Amazon. They're really good. They're really heat resistant. Oops, I cut too much. There you go. Just for the hex. And this one I just plug it right over here in case. I don't know, just isolating stuff, I guess. Now let's put the screws back in, the motherboard screws. We need to plug in the motherboard screws. In order to know which one, so you have to follow the triangles. Okay. 1, 2. Hold on a second. Hold on. I forgot. You have to push this one back in. This is the AC jack bracket. Okay, this last screw was from somewhere over here. There you go, you can see a tiny triangle over there. Came from right over there. So 1, 2, 3. I did not have any more, so now we're gonna plug in the. Is this the firewall? What is this? Ah, yeah, the lightning. The lightning port. Or, I don't know. Okay. We got the lightning port. We got this one at the end. And that's it. Let's just switch over. Actually, I'm just gonna give one pass over this whole thing. 1, 2, You don't have to. Honestly, you don't. I wonder still where the dead screw came from. It's bugging the shit out of me. Alright, I'm just gonna flip it over to my side this time. I'd rather see it. Okay, you gotta plug in the monitor cable. They don't give you pretty much any space here. Don't have any space, none whatsoever. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see this. Alright. You pull in the bracket right there, and then that's it. Like the cable there. Power arm cable. You might want to connect this if you want to turn on your laptop. So. This way. This is an MB close to the motherboard. Okay, the power jack I did not do a great job, so I'm just gonna pull out again. Okay, that's it. We didn't need to push in too much. Alright. Now, I don't know if you guys want to turn it on to make sure it works. We could. I need to plug in the battery and the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi goes on top of the plastic. I do not need a Wi-Fi. Oh, let's just connect the fans, all those fans. This from there. I think it was. Yeah, it was. There you go. I found out where it came from. I told you. Alright, we connected everything, and the M2 we don't have a hard drive, and we have the audio. I'm gonna plug in the motherboard. The battery, I mean, motherboard. What am I saying? Alright. Now, I just don't want to make a short connection between those. I'm gonna put my laptop to a side. I'm just gonna open it up and turn it on. All the fans turning, spinning, lights on. F2, FL2, it should say no boot. F2 setup. Okay, there is no boot, so Control Alt Delete and just gonna turn it off. Yeah, that's it. So be sure that we plugged in some of the cables, not all, by the way. Alright, we're gonna unplug it again, just in case. Now, what is this two screws came from? Oh, those are from the back plate. We need to plug in the plastic on top. Alright, Now, regards the PHC, whatever you call this chip, PHC I think, South Bridge, North Bridge. I'm gonna place copper shrimp on top of it, so I'm just gonna. I actually cut these ones myself, so you can actually go buy a sheet and just send them for you to cut. If you guys need any of this, you can send me an email. Alright. Hold on a second, I just dumped my this one, so I'm just gonna place a little bit over here. Now, what I'm gonna do, I think, let me make sure it's in the right place. Actually, it sticks very nicely. So, alright, now that we got that one on, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place thermal pads right in the middle. So we just do kind of pressure. I think that's too much. I'm just gonna press it over. And with the heat, it's just gonna go down. So let's place. So now you can see if I can lift this thing right there. We put the shrimp, copper shrimp, and then toothpaste. About, I think you get clearance of the what, half a centimeters. All right, now you wanna before you smack it back in, pull all those cables that you need. There you go. What else cables do we need? That's it. There you go. That's nice. Right on. Just push in and you should be done. Let's put the screws first in the middle ones. Just make sure there's enough pressure. If there's no pressure, you're gonna get that shrimp copper move around and just gonna mess up the whole thing. You can just get a good contact there. So actually I can feel the pressure, which is good. Make sure there's no bump, there's no heel. I see like a tiny bit, but that's perfect. What I wanted. That's just perfect. I'll see about like a 10 to 20 degrees drop temperature. Alright, now let's just try to push all the screws back in. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you don't get any extra screws. 4, 5. I'm gonna stop counting. So. got anything. Right. I got 2 more screws. 1 and one more. Where was it? Right there. Alright. I'd rather use the tweezers to hold them with my big fingers. Alright, we need to connect. Sorry with my head, but I gotta see this one. Actually, I can't see shit. There we go. Be very gentle with cables. So I hate it when people just smack them with rank. Pull them out. Be very gentle. Alright, we need the Wi-Fi. Okay, we got a lift. This cover, I don't know why even they need this cover. So, pull in, push down, and I don't know if I don't want to put this thing on it. I don't know. Alright, let's just put the cable. The white one goes with the white. Just place on top. There we go. There we go. Whoops. Just pops in, so that's pretty cool. You don't actually need this screw for it, so what the hell. Let's put it in before I do. Alright. As I say, fuck it. We wanna plug in there. I would like to put a heat sink on top of this one instead of a fucking logo. I would really rather remove this whole thing, but whatever. There we go. Motherboard. Everything tucked in nicely. We need the back cover. A little bit of cleaning. Alright. Just make sure before you put it that you connected the whole thing. I turned on, so I'm sure the power on cable is okay. The LCD is okay because I saw it, and this is just the webcam thing that they have, which I never ever use. just pop in evenly and make sure everything is tucked in. You gotta place in both screws from the top. Alright, one, and which one is the screw? Right there. Two. Alright, now we are done. Oh no, I gotta plug in my storage, my modificated storage. I have a thermal compound on this one, which is pretty okay. You see what I did? I connected the power cables, all the pins to the other board, which is underneath. So pretty much I get the power from the one side, and I just had to get the SATA cable out to one of the M-SATA adapter, which I'm gonna get it, which is on the way from eBay. I ordered from Amazon, they never shipped it to me. So we plug in this one and move it underneath, on top, and pop it in. And this one I just do the best. I just keep it here until I get my M-SATA, and this is just gonna pop back in. Hopefully. I don't know if I may have to cut the cable. I don't want to, but if they don't. Alright, just making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you see? I almost forgot the battery. The battery goes in. And the light, the audio. And these ones are for the bracket for the hard drive, which is okay, like this. Done, done, done. Done, done. This one goes from here. Then we're gonna pop in the back plate. There we go. Just this one, it slides in, I think. Let me show. Yeah, it just slides in from the top side. Bottom, slowly. Why is it not sliding? There we go. And then the rest is just, I think, pop in type shit. Always is good to check the hinges. Yeah. Yeah, properly. You just have to press on it, and that's it. Don't press here because you're gonna get this screw. There you go. And here we need all the screws. I'm gonna remove the torque. There we go. You don't wanna screw it too tight. Just remove the torque if you have. There you go. Just try to go across. Don't do it clockwise. There we go, all done. Everything is perfect. Alright guys, that's it. Just double check everything is okay. Nothing popping up from the sides. Everything is alright. Every corner. Perfect on top. And then open it up. That's it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up.